Welcome to All India Computer Juvo Computer Shakharata Mission, a complete online computer education system. Welcome to the another session on learning Python online. In this session, in the early session, we discuss conditional statement or selection statement, if else and if elif. Now we discuss iterative statement in this session. This is a very important concept. Iterative statement is if we want to execute the group of statement multiple times, then we should go for an iterative statement. In Python, there are two types of iterative statement. One is for loop and second one is while loop. Iteration means looping. So there is no do while loop. So in Python, there are two types of loop. One is for loop and second one is while loop. Now in this session, we discuss about for loop. What is for loop? Sometime in some interviews, they will ask you a question. Do you know the difference between for loop and while loop? Now I give you the definition of a for loop. If we want to execute some action for every element present in some sequence, the sequence is maybe a string or collection, then we should go for a for loop. That means there is no condition. If you want to execute some action for every element present in some sequence, it may be the sequence, may be the string or collection, then we should go for loop. Okay, where the sequence can be string or any of the collection. Body is executed for every element present in the sequence, and the body will be executed in every element present in the sequence. So then we go for loop. There is no condition. If you execute all the element but use some conditions, if you want to execute a group of statement iteratively until some condition falls, then we should go for while loop. This is the difference between for loop and while loop. For loop means if you want to execute, there is no condition. If you want to execute some action for every element present in some sequence, the sequence may be string or collection, then we should go for a for loop. But if you want to execute a group of statement iteratively until some condition falls, then we should go for while loop. So in while loop, there is a condition. As long as the condition is true, you will execute the body. But in for loop, if the condition became false, in for loop there is no condition. In for loop there is no condition. They execute every element present in the sequence. Okay. So in this session, we thoroughly discuss about for loop. So for loop, I will write down all the notes in this session. So we will discuss iterative statement in this session. If you want to execute a group of statement multiple times, then we should go for iterative statement. In Python support two types of iterative statement. One is for loop and second one is while loop. What is for loop? If you want to execute some action for every element present in some sequence, it may be string or collection, then we should go for loop. The syntax is X in sequence body, where sequence can be string or collection. Body may be executed for every element present in the sequence. You should understand this with the help of a program. We should understand this with the help of a program. Now this is our first program on iterative statement. Now Python. Okay. Now I have to print characters present in the given string. I want to print the character, all the character present in a given string. Okay, this is the program. S to take some character. I take my name, I am your instructor and this is my name. Now I have to print all the character from the string for X in S. This is the type. For the meaning of this line, within this S, every character one by one will store into X. First S will be stored in X, then second iteration A will be stored in X, then third iteration Y will be stored in X, and all the string one by one, all the elements stored in the into X for every iteration. In first iteration S is stored, in second iteration A is stored, in third iteration Y is stored. Because of that, they said if we want to execute some action for every element present in a sequence, this is a sequence, and every element present in a sequence, in this sequence we can take some action, we can do some action. So we will take every element individually, then we print X, then we print X. So we will print all the values individually. Okay, I have to save this one. For loop 1 dot py. Okay, now I have to execute command line cd desktop cd python. Now py for loop 1 dot py. You will see that every element individually printed, S printed, A printed, Y printed, then A, then K, space is also a character, then G, A, N, G, U, L, Y. Okay. So all the every element in this sequence printed individually. Okay. Now we go for the next program. To understand the loop, to understand the iteration of the loop or the statement of the loop properly, we will do the next program. Now I have to print characters present in string index wise. If you, in the same manner, I have to print all the character index wise. That means 0th index. We know that the index starts from 0 and ends the length minus 1 times. So if I take a string, now I take the string dynamically, enter some string. Okay, I want to take the string from the user. Now I declare a variable that starts from 0th index. We know that in string, in array, index always start from 0. So now we take the for loop. For X in S means every iteration one by one element are stored in X. See, that is the indentation, that is the body of the loop. The character present at I, that is the index value. Now index is now the index value. Okay, you can print it like this, or you can use the replacement operator. Here there is an example of using replacement operator. I am doing it here, but I can command it. The character present at, with the help of this replacement operator we can replace present at atho index is this one. Dot format, what will replace by this format replacement operator? This one replaced by I, and this one replaced, this one indicate X. So this is an replacement operator. We have to, this is a very important thing. This is a replacement operator. This replacement operator replaced by I, and this one is replaced by X. The character present at I, index of X is equals to, is the format of that one. Okay, we can create that one with the help of this one. Okay, so right now I am okay, I have to print both of them. You will see the answer for both. No, I have to command that one. Okay, now I have to increment the I value, because if you are not incrementing the I value, then it was an infinite loop. It always indicating the index value of 0, not in the infinite loop, but it always indicating the index number 0. First it will indicate the index number 0, then 1, 2, 3, 4. As long there is character in this sequence, they will increment it. That's it. Now I have to take a string from a user, then this one indicating the 0th index. This is a variable where I initialize 0 beginning before the start of the loop. Now I have to take all the element from the sequence into X, then I print index wise the value. Now I see what will be the answer, that is for loop 2.py. I have to run it from there. This is for loop 2.py, run it, enter some string computer. Now see that at 0th index it's C, at 1st index it is 0 O, then M, then P, then U, then T, then E, then R. This is the thing that has been printed against this condition. All the element present in sequence S. What is the string present in sequence S? Computer. First C has come to X. It print the index and as the value. Index is 0 and the value is C. Then second index value is O. Second index means 1th index, because index starts from 0. 0 index value is C, 1th index value is O, 2 index value is M. As long there is value, index will be incremented. There is no increment or decrement operator. You have to write it like that, this, or you can write it I plus equals to 1, but do not take I plus plus. There is no increment or decrement operator in Python. Okay, that's it. So with the help of this one, we can print. You can print it, use replacement operator 2. I have comment that one, and now I save the file, and again I have to run the program. Computer, you will see it will give you the same result. This is known as replacement operator. You have to use this replacement operator and replace it by dot, and format of this function will replace the value that passes through this function as parameter, will replace the printing value of there. It will replace this value by I and this value by X. This is known as a replacement operator. You will understand what is replacement operator is. I think it is clear. This is the second approach, how to print the character present in a string index wise. Okay. Now we do another program. These are the easy program to print. You can understand hello 10 times. Okay. For x in, here we are using range function. Here you are using range. Okay. Range 10. Range can take three parameters. One is starting index, second one is end index, and third one is the step value. If I provide like that 1, 101, that means it starts from 1 and ends this value minus 1, that means ends in 100. It will take the value from 1 and it will go to the value just before the value we are given, 101 minus 1, and I can use a step value. It will jump 2 steps. First it print 1, then it print 3, then it print 5. It will take like that. But if I give only one element, then it will treat it as the value. By default it starts from 0 and this is the end value, that means 9 times, 0 to 9. This means 0 to 9 this loop will be executed. First range has taken the value as 0, 0 to 9. First 0 will go to x, then 1, then 2, then 3. If you are not mentioning the starting value, then default starting value starts from 0. And this will mention the end index. End index is always end minus 1, that means 9 times. So 0 first comes to x, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's how the loop will be executed. Okay, we will colon that one. Now if you are not using this one, look at that, there is no indentation. So this will not taken as a body of that loop. So you have to use the syntax. Now it takes the indentation, it will take the space before it. So now I have to print hello 10 times. The loop will be run 10 times because first 0 within x, I am not printing x. If I want to print the value of this range, this loop, then I have to print x, but instead of x I want to print hello 10 times. So first 0, it will print first hello, then 1, then second hello, then consecutively it print 10 times hello, and after that one it ends, because the condition is, because there is no values in this sequence, so it is stop executing. Now I have to save that one. For loop 3.py, if you run the program, we will see it will print hello 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It will print hello 10 times. Okay. If I want to print the values, 10 times, okay, what will be the process? I can print it from there. I don't want to print anyone name or anything. I want to print the value that has come from the range values. I am just overwriting that. I have to save that one and run it again. It will print the value from 0 to 9. Okay. This is how they will execute. Now another program. I have to display the odd number within 0 to 20. How to display? To display odd numbers from 0 to 20. Okay. For x in range of 21. 21 means it starts from 0 and ends in 20. Its starting value is 0 and end value is 20. 21 means 21 minus 1, that means 20. Now we use if condition within this for loop. If x modulus 2 not equals to 0, that means the divisional value is not equals to 0. If we have some remainder, then print that this is the body of, you have to mention that one, then print that x, okay. Then you have to print the x. If there is for loop 4.py, if there is a problem on indentation, it will not run. You will see that it will print, all the odd number within this range. This is the condition. First we take the range, it will take 1, it will take 0. 0 modulo 2, if you divided 0 by 2, the remainder is 0. So it not print that x, it will not print that x. Now 1 modulo 2, that means remainder is 1, not equals to 0. If the condition is not equals to 0, if the remainder is not equals to 0, then it print that x. So 1 will be printed. Now 2 modulo 2, remainder is equals to 0. If it is equals to 0, then this condition is became false. So it not print 2. Then 3, remainder is not equals to 0. So print 3. Then 5, 7, 9, all of this digit, remainder is not equals to 0. So it prints this number among the range. Okay, fine. This is how we can execute this program. This is the program to print odd number within a range. We will write some more programs to understand everything properly. How they will execute. Now to display numbers from 10 to 1 in reverse order, in descending order. Okay, I have to print the values in descending order. For x in range 10, 1, that means its starts value is 10, not 0. We can change the default value to 0, ends in 0. 0 means 0 in a reverse order, then 0 plus 1. Okay. When you increase, then the end value will be changed. When you decrease, the end value is 0. So 0 plus 1. When you decrease, it will plus 1, and when you increase, then minus 1. When you decrease, then plus 1. So that's it. Minus 1 is the step value. Minus 1 is the step value. So first, it's within the x, 10 has come. It will print 10. If you want to print 10, then you have to print x. It will print first 10, then minus 1, that means 9 is stored in x, then it's print 9, then 8, then 7, then 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. After 1, this sequence is ended and it will come out of the loop. This is how we can print something as descending order. For loop 5.py. Is this 5? Yes. For loop 5.py. See this, you can able to print the range of the value in descending order. Okay, so that's it. We will discuss with the help of different type of programming how to implement first iterative types, how to implement for loop with the help of different type of example. That's it. We will see you in the next class, where we will discuss about while loop. Thank you for watching our video.